but no units aside from Zerglings. He is just taking this time to use these Zerglings and macro up, and if he chooses to go for any other units, he will be able to. Some spine crawlers going down, some 3 overseers. Yep, no DT action for you. But the Protoss player is still playing pretty standard. He has this robo-fact going down. He's training his observer, but he is mostly just going a standard gateway build. More gateways coming down. But with all these Zerglings, I'm surprised we haven't seen him start moving towards something like Colossus, which would be very effective against these Zerglings, especially with these gateway units that he can use to hold the line. But he's probably just making sure he can have his detection, and he's got this Twilight Council down. Obviously his Research Blink, I didn't see that go down, but whatever. And he's chrono boosting out his ground weapons level 2, and there is the Colossus. It's about time. The Protoss player is going to need units like the Colossus if he wants to stop this giant army of Zerglings. There are so many Zerglings. Look at the units tab. There are 103 Zerglings on the board. 110, and there are 7 Hydralisks and 23 Overlords, 3 Roaches. This is a pretty massive army, but these Stalkers from their positions are going to be able to snipe off quite a few of them, but it doesn't really matter because these Zerglings, there are so many, and we're seeing an Overseer. Okay, he's getting a bunch of Overseers. And surprisingly, the Protoss player is got way more probes than his opponent. He is well oversaturated this mineral patch, but the Zerg player on 4 bases, but that is not proven to be as effective as it could have been, because this base here is just sitting with very few workers. We look at the income tab, the Zerg player is winning, but not by as much as would be expected. And looks like we got to push these Zerglings going in with these infestors behind them. We got the Guardian Shields going down, the static defense is really kicking in. The nice force field placement keeping them both of the army, the infestors and the roaches and the hydras out, but the Zerglings are going to be pushed back now that Colossus is out there. But this mineral line is really, really hurting that fungal growth, keeping these probes from going away. That Colossus smashing away at them, and these Zerglings and this army wisely retreating for now, but it is going to be back. And the Protoss player continuing to apply pressure, pushing forward, taking out more and more units, and warping in more and more. But if he pushes too far, he will see this army and he will regret it. Overlord going down, and there's a lot of creep on this map, folks. This is a lot of creep, and this army is going to engage. Guardian Shields going down the force field. There's a lot more room to maneuver this time, and these units are going to be able to do it a little bit at least. But from this position, the Protoss player is able to hold off a lot of the assault. And look at the units tab, things are a lot worse than they were for the Zerg player just a few minutes ago. He only has 4 Zerglings now, 16 Hydras, 19 Roaches. With these only 11 Stalkers left for the Protoss player, but he is able to warp in more, and he's got this Colossus extended thermal lances. Actually, are extended thermal lances out? I'm not actually sure. I think they are. Where is that Robo anyway? I'm not even quite sure where that Robo Bay is. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I don't see it. Whatever, he's got this hidden invisible... There's the Robo Bay. And no, he has not picked up those expended thermal lances. And instead, we are going to see... he's asking LiquidTLO for a PvZ advice. Because, yeah, TLO has masked these units down here. We're going to see some Corruptors now, and... it looks like TLO is probably going to win this game. mouzMaNa admitting that he really doesn't know how to play PvZ because he is not able to forestall this push. This is going to be the end of the game right here. This is an enormous amount of units. All these roaches and these hydras. This is GG for the lights out for Mana. Sorry, dude, you just got outplayed. And he was able to hold his own for a while, but the overwhelming advantage that TLO had largely since the beginning of the game really proved to work for him. And he's just going to take down this base, and TLO advising Mana to not do the shit White Rod does. And that's the guy known for his cheese and shit, but TLO giving Mana some advice. They are both top-level players, but TLO is known for being one of the best. and anyone who could get advice from TLO is going to treasure it. And looks like just gonna clean up everything here. There's no matter how Mana's not warping in any more units or anything, he knows that this is just GG, so they're just talking it out. Because players at this high level will always just be respectful to one another because, you know, they just mass destruction, all these hydras and roaches and shit tearing apart this last base. And, well, I hope you enjoyed this second cast. This was certainly a pretty great game between two really high-level players. Despite TLO's dominance from the beginning of the game, Mana put up a good fight, and he is going to, the Zealots are going to have one last heroic charge, but it is not going to be nearly as effective in any case. It is admirable. It is admirable. Those Zealots trying their best, just trying to do their part, give their life for iron. But it doesn't matter. This is done. Mana deciding that Zerg is the best race. I don't know about that, but this game is a lot more balanced than people say it is. Zerg is able to play just as well as any other race that they try. And Mana finally giving the GG, and it was a good game between two great players. And I hope, anyway, this has been Shiro Kaizen giving you my second ever StarCraft 2 gamecast. I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed casting it, and I enjoy casting games because I enjoy StarCraft. And I know that you guys, if you're watching this whole thing, enjoy StarCraft too. So I am now rambling, and I hope, anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to me cast this game. I'm going to do more, I guess, so I hope you guys can give me some feedback, leave some comments, give me suggestions for games to cast, just whatever you want to do, because any feedback at all is appreciated, even if you just want to sit there and tell me how much I suck. So, yeah, thanks a lot for listening, and catch you next time. Later.